Update. Okay, Popego.
I'm trying to write down as much of what Mark said as possible. There are like 20 good. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Santiago City. I'm the founder and product strategist for Popego. Now, I'm guessing that probably we all love the internet in this room today. And as such, we spend a lot of time visiting sites such as Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Delicious, YouTube, Last.fm, Flickr, Pandora, Dig. You get the idea. And as such, we spend a lot of time getting in contact with our friends and uploading stuff we create and downloading and consuming stuff others create. And it's complicated because we have to deal with many interfaces, many websites that keep updating and keep changing their content every day. There's a new generation of sites that brought a solution to the table. Sites, social aggregators like FriendFeed, or readers like Google Reader or NetVibes. And what they do is basically aggregate all the activity you have on all these other sites and put it in a single page. And that's good, but it's still complicated, because what you end up with is a huge list of items that is being changed almost every hour with updates, with new information, and there's a lot of noise to deal with. All the time, you want to get to the stuff that matters, to the stuff that's relevant and meaningful to you. So that's what we set out to build with Popego. Cut out the noise and get a more meaningful web. Here's the login screen. This is our welcoming to you to Popego. And the setup process is really simple and straightforward. All you need to do, as you can guess, is just add your usernames from the current web services that you use. No passwords asked, only public information is accessed. And even if you have a FriendFeed account, all you need to get Popego ready and running is just add your FriendFeed username, and we'll import all your accounts from there. So it's really straightforward to get the thing working. Now, here's when the magic starts happening. What we do at Popego is generate automatically an interest profile about you. And this is really cool. You can see my profile over there. You can see that I'm a bit nerdy, and I'm into design, I'm into Web 2.0, I'm into technology, I'm a gamer. Those are my interests. And those words have been automatically generated from the current videos that I have on YouTube, from the current blog posts that I write on my own blog, from my Twitter, from my pictures on Flickr, from all my digital life, is that we extract, we analyze, and we process your information, and we generate this interest profile for you. Now, we give you also control over this interest profile. You can see there that there's an equalizer, where I can say, hey, I'm a photographer, so maybe my pictures from Flickr are important to me, so I might to raise the slider from Flickr, and the influence from that content will impact on my interest profile. Or maybe my bookmarks from Dig. They can impact on my bookmark or my videos from YouTube. You can just fine-tune and tweak your interest profile. Now, once you have this interest profile ready and running, this is your golden ticket to a more meaningful web. What we do is use this information about you in order to filter out the web and bring you stuff that is relevant. And we bring you an interest feed. This is what you can see over there. We recommend you bookmarks, pictures, videos, websites, music, just any kind of content online that matches your own interests. And you can see on the interest feed on the specific items that there's an orange icon that says this item has a 57% interest match with you. That means that item is 57% relevant according to your interests. And we do this automatically. Now, you can say the system, I love this, I hate this, and it will learn from your behavior. It will learn from how you interact with this as you keep using it. But until here, it's a feed, right? Well, there's more. On the right, you can see this remote control that will follow me through the interface that will let me filter out this interest feed in much more complex ways. I can say, hey, just show me stuff from everyone around the web. Or just show me stuff from my friends alone. Popego automatically detects all your friends on your current social networks, so there's no need for you to start inviting people to yet another place. we automatically detect all your connections online. So you can see all the content from your friends, their pictures, and we give you, based on the interest match of these items, according to your interest profile. You can also say, well, just show me videos, I just want to see some videos today, or just show me some pictures, and Popego, in a snap, it will bring you the content that you are willing to see. Now, here's another cool feature that I like. It's the interest slider. What we can do is, sometimes you have 1 hour to spend reading through a feed, but other times you only have 10 minutes. But you always want to get to the stuff that is meaningful and important to you. So with the slider, I can say, hey, Popego, just show me today the top 10 stuff, the top 10 items most relevant for me today. And I get to see, hey, Popego might be recommending me a Photoshop article because I'm a designer, or this new article from Techcrunch that has been published, and I just get to the stuff that is meaningful and relevant because Popego knows what I like. And that's really good. When we also say that we want to bring you a more meaningful web, we also mean we want to bring credibility to the web. So every item in Popego has a source. You can see, for example, there, this is from the delicious of a user. And each time you click on the username on Popego, it will open up a pop card, sort of a card that automatically appears and tells you who is that person without leaving the site, without going to another profile. Just do it right in place. And you can get an idea of who this person is. And you might be interested in discovering what this person is reading, what this person is seeing online. Just get to know who is the real person behind the username. And this actually works as a widget. You can embed these pop cards on your own blogs. So you can take your Popego anywhere online, and Popego will learn from the behavior on your actual blog. So this is a set of the features that we are launching today. We are making live. We also have other features, very cool features, are waiting to be discovered by you on Popego.com. We have cool stats and facts where we can tell you what interest in common you have with other people, show you some other Popegos that might be interesting to you, some charts. We also have a set of widgets. And we also have a cool page, public page, that is called the auto blog. The auto blog is very simple. It puts all your digital life on a single page where you can browse through it, and you can actually get to see the interest feed of other people. So it's as if you were just putting your mind into the point of view of other people. Say, you know, this guy that knows a lot about technology, so you want to see what Popego might be recommending to him, and you just go to his auto blog and read his interest feed. So that's really cool. Now, we're launching live. We're opening our public beta today, so we're looking forward to receive all the readers of Techcrunch and all of you guys to start using Popego and start enjoying a more meaningful web. Thank you.
Okay, have a seat. Now I know, Kevin, you're working on a lot of this kind of stuff with Dig, right? Recommendation engines and whatnot. Love to hear your immediate feedback on what they're doing, the equalizer and the interest scale and the percentage.
Well, I think a lot of this is really interesting. I think that one of the things that we struggle with all these different sites that we're a part of is how to expose the most relevant data, especially with the overabundance of information that's coming in through all your friends. The more friends you add, the crazier it gets. I don't know. For me, it's like I don't know if this is when I take a look at sites like FriendFeed and Social Thing, I wonder, is this something that's going to break out and eventually receive mass adoption, or is it just really the kind of Silicon Valley echo chamber kind of small Web 2.0 group of people that are using this stuff right now? Obviously you're competing with Facebook in some ways here. They just added their full view of all the data now, their live feed they call it, and they have different ways of automatically importing other activities. You can put your digs automatically in there. You can put your Flickr images automatically in there. So I don't know. I like what you're doing here, but I just think it's really unproven, and I'm kind of just sitting back and watching right now.
Just one thing that I would like to add. What we envision as a company is that there's this new dimension emerging over the social graph. Now, we have the social graph today, and that's really good. But we're building this new dimension of interests. That's like a third dimension that emerges over the social graph. The interest feed is just an application that we're building based on this concept of the interest interest graph, we can call it that way. And we see that in the future, as the web gets more semantically rich, we see applications, interest-based applications, building on top of this technology.
If you're asking for mass adoption, what we think is really the web is getting more noisy, right? There's a lot of stuff there. There's more and more stuff every day. There's a lot of information that's being connected, and it's very, very hard to keep up with all the things that are going on. So in some way, we think that the only way that that we're going to be able to explore the web in the future is if the web knows us and knows a little bit about us and tries to filter that information, just to give us what's relevant. We think this is a trend that is starting now. It's not going to end. It's just going to go on, right? And so we think for mass adoption, maybe there's still a little bit of time needed until this kind of products and this interest information is mass adopted. But we think we're going that direction, right? That's where we need to go.
I thought the presentation was very well done. I thought it was interesting how you showed how automated the service is. It's very quick to get up and running, and it's very, unlike the previous presentation, it was very quick to see how you could start to get benefit from your service. I thought your design and the interface was very well done. It's a very attractive site. It's very appealing to want to use the service. And I like the idea that you're trying to solve this information overload problem, because I do agree that it's a problem. I worry about distribution, because it's not obvious to me how I learn about this service and how I tell 10 friends who then tell 10 friends for this to really gain mass adoption. To the previous question raised, that and the business model are the two critical questions I would have.
Right. So we'll start backwards. For the business model, there are actually many things where we think, many places where we think personal information is going to be very, very valuable. This kind of personal information, interest information, it is today very, very valuable to recommendation engines and to the personalization of pages and to the targeting of ads. And this is going to keep being very, very important in the future. We can talk about the details of the business model in private if you want, because we're not making them public. But one of the ideas behind it is that this interest information it belongs to users and it belongs to people, and nowadays it's being exploited to give them better recommendations and to target ads to them and so on and so forth, but they're not sharing, they're not viewing any part of the value that's being generated on this. We think in the future this is going to be regulated, and personal information is going to belong to users. And so the way we see it is we want to build a platform that will allow the users to profit a little bit from when their personal information is being used for the things. For distribution, we're basically, the product has a nice set of viral features, but as you said, it's all about the initial distribution. So for that, we're working with third-party sites, to partner with third-party sites, with e-tailers, with vertical sites that will benefit from gaining more information about their own users. So if their users are willing to share this information with them, so they will give us distribution or exposition to their users in exchange for learning more about their users or the activity of their users across the web. They have all of these sites, even Amazon. They have a very limited view of what the users do. They know what the users do on their services, and they're doing a lot of what they're doing based on this specific silo of information. We have a way to bring them to make more informed decisions, all the things that the users are doing on the other web services that they use. And we think this is a very valuable proposition for partners too.
What I see is that you're becoming part of a class with Popego, FriendFeed, Social Things, those guys, of network management tools. No different than managing your corporate local area network and wide area network. The more traffic you have, the more users, the more latency is created, the more ways you want to reduce the latency, increase your efficiency, right? And if you go back, and here again, showing my age, if you go back in the history of network management tools, they all ended up doing a lot of the same things, and the ones who won ended up, believe it or not, the ones that had the sexy look, right? Where you saw the dashboards and all the movement and all that. And it really, to what Rolf said, you're going to need something to stand out. Something that says, wow, I need to use this, and this is what makes it different. Because, Kevin mentioned the echo chamber of Web 2.0. All you guys are going to the same points, and there aren't a lot of features that other products can't copy. Oh, that's a good idea. Kevin's going to see it. He likes what you see Kevin's doing. It's, y'all going to just grab what each other's doing. And
it'll be on Dig next week, actually. We're adding it.
Yeah, exactly. And so you've got to come up with either something that preempts everybody else, that they can't do and that people want, or that just where people say, that's just cool. You know, that's sexy. You talked about dimensions. You make it a cube where it rotates. You talk, traditional network managers, they use a lot of dashboard type stuff where you have the meters and all that kind of stuff. If you come up with something different in terms of interface, and again, we talk about multiple platforms. You've got all kinds of stuff that you can do, and find a way to, if you want to play angles, find a way to do something that takes advantage of whatever's different about Google Chrome. So you get them behind you, but you got to find something sexy.
That's good. That's a good advice. We think what we have different is we're focusing on interests. That's what we do. We're working on the interests of users.
But you can't. That's not going to be exclusive to you very long. You might focus on it now, but if Kevin says, "Wow, they did interesting,"
I think the focus and the work that we put into the AI and the interface, focus on interest, gives us an edge because we're just focused on the part. We're not doing any other things. We're just focused on that, and we think we're building a very nice team that's working on AI and on interfaces focused on these issues. So we think we can go faster than the rest in this topic.
Okay, great. Don, any other feedback?
No.
Okay, let's thank Popego and our judges. We're going to take just a 10-minute break. We'll start up again at 10:35.